All right, Joel, you're coming into it. This happened about 30 minutes ago. A statement via email from Gene Diaz of the Astros PR team.
Discomfort?
Astros owner and chairman Jim Crane announced today that the Houston Astros and manager James Click will not enter into a renewal for the 2023 season. We are grateful for all of James' contributions. We have had great success in each of his 3 seasons, and James has been an important part of that success. I want to personally thank him and wish him well and his family moving forward. But what's interesting about that, Joel, is that we also saw a tweet from Bob Nightingale in the last 15 minutes. And this tweet reads, Houston Astros GM James Click actually was fired. He was offered a 1-year contract and raise from his $1 million salary on Monday, turned it down in pursuit of a longer contract, and was dismissed Friday after publicly airing his grievances at the GM meetings. I think the grievances that were being discussed in that tweet by Bob Nightingale came courtesy of a piece in The Athletic from Ken Rosenthal. I'm guessing that James Click gave his side of the story there. Jim Crane does seem to be a lot more hands-on with the Astros of late, so I'm assuming that Jim Crane could potentially step in with a maybe less financially responsible manner and give guys a little bit more than you would perhaps want to give them, say they do need to make a move in the coming days or weeks.
This is something from Passan this morning on ESPN.com, where he wrote an article about what was going on with the Astros. Executives around the game were with varying levels of being dumbstruck by the fact that Click was offered just a 1-year deal by Jim Crane. One GM said he was, quote, appalled. Another one said it's BS, but obviously said it. A third, how do you get multiple years if all you get for winning the World Series is 1? I don't think he's going to have any shortage of suitors once they know, like right now, that he's on the open market.
Is he that big of a get? Do you feel like Click did a great job as Astros GM? First off, I want to know how much he actually did, because it does feel like Jim Crane was kind of telling him a lot of the things that he had to do, and maybe he had some disagreements with it, as have been outlined over the last couple of weeks.
What I would say, Paulie, is he's not a great general manager in my mind. I think he's a young, very good one. He's a good, getting to be very good one. Because the big thing for me was, and again, like you said, we don't know how much Crane meddles, because coming from an owner that meddled a lot with Les Alexander, I know that owners don't like it known when they meddle, but they meddle all the time. He was more of a close to the vest GM. He wasn't really swinging for the fences. He was swinging for average and for doubles, which I think he accomplished in a lot of ways. But he didn't have that Jeff Luhnow, Justin Verlander, Garrett Cole, Charlie Morton, big swing when you needed it most, land the big fish, and push yourself over the top or give yourself an even bigger chance to win kind of move history.
And maybe that wasn't his role. I mean, you brought him from the Rays. You bring a guy in from the Tampa Bay Rays. You're assuming financial responsibility more than aggressiveness. You're almost going to an entirely different kind of general manager.
Hey guys, back to the video in just 1 minute. Before that, I want to tell you about Fitz Roofing. If you got a leaky roof or need a full roof replacement on your business or your home, or you want to get something done around the yard or maybe something around the house, they have the best warranties in the business, the best ratings, and the best service. They're going to take care of you every step of the way. Fitz Roofing, making a difference, one home at a time.
Jeff Luhnow.
Wow.
Could the Astros bring Jeff Luhnow back? And look, there was a lawsuit. That might be something that's difficult for Jim Crane to get over. Jim Crane does seem rather straightforward and kind of cutthroat.
Seems like he kind of holds a grudge, too.
Yeah, so maybe that's something that's not on the table. I will say, from a this city perspective, and you just take a look at the text line, 713-780-3776, 713-780-ESPN, or the Twitch line, there are a lot of people that are endorsing it, some for sarcastic reasons, but others because, I mean, isn't this what you do when you're the top team in baseball? You continue to just shoot double birds at everyone across the sport?
You know what? I think more so than any other team in the league, this is the one where you could get away with it because you've already had the crosshairs on you the entire time for everything you do.
Cora's back in Boston.
I was going to say, the Red Sox did it with Cora. The only thing that will
Beltran's a part of the Yankees,
basically
in a way,
prevent this from happening, in my mind, is we don't know where the relationship left between the two, but you're right. But in terms of the job he did, I would always be open to Jeff Luhnow running my baseball side because, as Jeremy's pointed out numerous times, his ego and his attitude is what rubbed everybody the wrong way. But in terms of what he did, in terms of the moves he made, he is a genius running a baseball team.
Results speak for themselves. this is the best organization in baseball right now. And if you don't like Jim Crane, I totally understand that. But the guys who are running the best organizations in the world are generally not well liked.